We just bought this cabinet, it's new, to put our television on, and I've discovered something I don't like about it. It's the doors. I mean, they look nice, they are nice, but when you go to close the doors, and there's not far to go, that's a terribly loud noise. And I didn't push that hard, there you go. So it's off to the workshop to make a solution for that. Try to make some cushion pads. I've got some felt here. That might do the trick. And here I have, I'm not quite sure what it is. It's kind of foamy stuff. Where it came from is it's underlay for that click-together flooring. And if you've ever laid any of that down, I'm sure you have lots of this left over. So it has been handy stuff in the past to use for different things. So I've got a piece of that as well. I've also got a roll of two-sided tape. And I've cut a piece of this felt out, and I stuck some two-sided tape to the back of it. And I'm going to cut some round pieces out of this to stick so the door won't bang so loud against the wood. And I'm going to do the same with that. So the way that I do that is really quite easy. Just cut a piece of this tape off and stick it on there. Trim it so it doesn't stick to your fingers while you're doing things, but not totally necessary, I suppose. And we'll try this one first. Get a good clean cut there. We'll take this over to the mill. Now you don't need a mill to do this. You can do it on a drill press. It's not very hard to do. We'll go over to the mill. To get myself a round piece cut out, I'm going to use this punch. This one was labeled 7/16 on the punch. They look just like this. This is a smaller one. And I put a piece of wood in here so we don't damage the punch rather than having it come down on a piece of metal. So we'll try to cut a piece out of this. All we have to do is poke that out of there now. You have to raise that a little bit. See if I can't get it out. And this is what we've got right here. I'm going to make 2 of those, and then we'll go test them out. Right there. And we'll go test those out. If they work, I'm not even going to go for the felt because these are a little heftier, a little thicker, and I think they'll absorb the shock better than the felt will. Well, these are sometimes a little hard to peel off. I've used this method on other things. I've got this one started. It just peels off and it leaves the two-sided tape on there. And we're going to stick that right in here, right about there. And we'll also do the other one. And if this doesn't come off right away, we're going to shut that camera off and work on it. And it's hard to do if you don't have fingernails that are longer. We got the back off that one, and instead of putting them on the wood, I'm mounting them on these little magnets. There's a magnet here and a magnet here. And the magnets were actually sticking out a little bit farther than the pads were, so I knew it wasn't going to work. So we put them on top of the magnets. Now, provided the magnets still hold good enough, this should work. Let's give it a try. That sounds much better. and the magnets are still pulling it right in there. I can feel the resistance when I try to open it, and it wants to shut. So I think the problem's solved, and I'm not going to go with the felt at all. I think the floor underlay is better, although the felt, if that's all you have, I'm sure would do the job for you.